Welcome back. This year, all of us celebrated Diwali like we used to after a gap of 2 years. But so much has changed in the matter of these 2 years. So how have these changes impacted Diwali spends? What are the kind of solutions that clients are looking for? To answer this, we are joined in by Amaresh Godbole, who's the CEO of digital technology business at Publicis Groupe India. Godbole leads the group's digital experience and technology agencies Digitas India and Indigo Consulting. His mandate also includes scaling up the Publicis Commerce D2C offering. Let's hear this conversation. Amaresh, welcome to CNBC TV18.
Thank you, Shibani.
Amaresh, we are just meeting after the Diwali festivities are over. What was this festive season like in terms of spending from brands and from different organizations?
Right. So I think there are mixed views in the market about what the spends have been like. But if I look at it from a digital standpoint, I think it's been a very healthy Diwali for us, both from a media spending perspective, but more specifically, given what I look after, I think people really went all out to build experiences, build content, and really engage with their consumers during Diwali.
Yeah, and interestingly, this Diwali was, where everyone was out there. Everyone was shopping, going, meeting their friends, their family members. It was like a Diwali that we celebrated together.
Absolutely.
After a gap of 2 years. Also, over the past 2 years, a lot of digital consumption has increased. So, how do you weigh in both of these dynamics, and what was it like when it came to, having Diwali on digital?
Yeah, so I think you're right. I mean, this is probably the first proper physical Diwali that people have had, right? So I think what was toned down was maybe, more of the virtualization of experiences where, earlier you were doing things like creating experiences where you could share Diwali with your family because you weren't together and so on. What did take off, I think, was purchase, commerce, D2C, discounting, special packages for Diwali, special products developed for Diwali. So there, I think digital consumption has continued to increase. And I mean, as you know, increasingly there's behavior where even if people go to a store, they're constantly comparing online and checking for prices. So in fact, some of the stuff that we built for our clients is to exactly combat that. So for example, for one of our clients, we built an application which is powered by WhatsApp where the retailer can instantly price match Amazon, so that if they have a customer in front of them and they're like, hey, Amazon has a Diwali discount and these guys don't, they can request the company and instantly give that discount.
Yeah. Having said that, what else are your clients looking for in terms of these digital solutions today?
That there's a need to build a meaningful direct relationship with your consumer. Right, and when I say a direct relationship, it could be customer experiences or marketing experiences that help make purchase decision. But increasingly, even if you're an omni-channel brand, right, if you're a CPG or a retailer, you realize that if you're going to build for the future, you also need to have a direct-to-consumer presence. You need to be able to sell to them directly. Otherwise, we've seen instances like razor brands coming in and disrupting a category and so on. So you need it for flanking. Then I think there's also a lot more emphasis on building relationships after the sale, which I think was an area that certain categories ignored earlier, right? But today you realize that you can build a lot of life cycle value from a customer by engaging with them after the sale, and I think that's a new emphasis that I haven't seen before.
Yeah, and you've joined Publicis back after like a short stint at Google. So what have been your key focus areas over the past couple of months? I believe it was the start of the year when you came back.
So we've got our agencies, Digitas and Indigo, and then we've got Publicis Commerce, D2C. So these are the P&Ls I look after. But there's also developing emerging capability. So we have 3 clear goals for this, right? So for Digitas and Indigo, which we see as Horizon 1 or already at scale, agencies, it's always about growth and profitability. And I think we are well on track on that. There was some course correction required. And to give you a flavor, Digitas is going to end with its best performance ever till date at this year. I think the more exciting ones for me as an individual have been commerce. So commerce is, that's the one that can unlock exponential growth for you, right? And to give you a sense of the numbers, I mean, it's honestly just been a rocket. So from 21 to 22, we've doubled our revenue. And the businesses that we run right now, in 23, will be 3.5 times 22. So therefore, from FY21 to FY23, the business has grown 7x. So that is massive, and I mean, it's very, very exciting for me. And the last one, which I enjoy from a developmental perspective, is emerging capability. So we set ourselves the goal of having capability and proof of concept for Web3 and Metaverse. We had our first India case for Metaverse with Boat sometime back. So that was very, very exciting for us. And now we're engaging on NFT projects, blockchain applications, and that's really exciting. And we've got more demand than we can handle. So right now we're only focusing on group clients.
And you mentioned commerce. If you can, highlight or let us know some of the key trends in D2C commerce space that we are seeing.
So before I get into the trends, the slight background to this is that till say about a year back, there are pure play D2C brands, right, which have launched over there. So I'm keeping those aside. But if you're more of a traditional CPG player, auto, retailer, you felt that, just being on marketplaces would be enough for you. But then suddenly with fees going to 25-30%, the margin erosion made people realize that, hey, I also need my own brand presence to get to customers directly. So now a lot of our clients come from there, right, where they're saying that, okay, I need to connect with my customer directly. And the biggest challenge over there is the cost of acquisition, because it does take a lot of effort and a lot of investment to get people to D2C. So our view on this is that to optimize for that, you need to look at commerce as a program, because commerce is not just building a platform, commerce is not just doing the media for it. You need to look at it holistically and start with the objective of cost of acquisition as your end goal. So the three trends that, in terms of go-to-market that I'm seeing that people are using to drive down the cost of acquisition, one is collaborations. So a lot of brands are getting together to do co-marketing, which kind of drives down the cost. You've got opportunities like, apps like Cred, which are increasingly encouraging D2C plays.
Yes.
The second one, which I'm seeing is the leveraging creators and the whole social commerce piece. And I think you'll see that spike up in a big way in the coming year. And there are platforms which are building specifically to do social commerce. And I think the last one, which I touched upon from a Diwali perspective, was also creating products for D2C or innovative packaging. So one reason that people come online is to get discounts. But what if they could get experiences that are personalized, for example, which you can't do in a store, right? So what is it that differentiates you from the retail experience is what people are thinking about now.
That's a great thought. Thank you so much. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much, Shibani.
It is time for a short break.